Probably just aim up the left center, about right side of the left bunker, left fairway bunker up there, and just pound it.
At just 15 years old, Thomas Ponder is ready to rise up the leaderboards tomorrow, one shot at a time.
Just kind of think about where the wind's going and then look at my lie, if it wasn't or is in the fairway, and see where the pin is. If I want to go for the pin, I might just either choke down the 6 or hit a full 7. I mean, a lot of things could go wrong if you didn't really plan for them. Par on this hole would be pretty good. Birdie would be even better. I mean, like most of the holes out here, but that's what we're looking for, par or birdie.
With a state championship at Providence Christian already captured, Ponder is now looking to add a blue jacket to his wardrobe. Meanwhile, the reigning overall champion Matthew Rule from Florida is preparing for a repeat.
Yeah, it's 6 iron here, a little bit in the wind, so going up about half a club. This past spring, just struggling, and yeah, it's kind of been tough getting out of it. But my last tournament a couple days ago was the junior PGA local qualifier. Shot 72, 74 and won that. So kind of getting my momentum back. I'm just trying to remember all of my past thoughts from last year, the different shots I hit and how I played each hole. You know, recall the memories and the feelings from last year. I have the jacket up in my room and I always look at it and, you know, kind of tell myself that I can compete out here and I can win again 2 years in a row. Obviously it won't be easy, but it definitely motivates me to come out here and win again.
Matthew Rule and Thomas Ponder are different. 2 different styles, 2 different techniques, but both have the same one goal, to win. Noah Mindel, News 4 Sports.
You want to play sports one day, right? Uh-huh. You do too, right? Me too. You too? You too? Okay, so let me ask you this. Are you doing everything possible to make the good grades to be able to play sports?
Yeah. Really? Difficult question for a 9-year-old to answer, but former Alabama linebacker Nico Johnson wants them to be ready for their future. A once Andalusia High 5-star recruit, Johnson went on to win 3 national championships at Alabama and hit a roadblock when he got to the NFL.
I tore my ACL last year and just trying to figure out what I want to do mentally. You know, 50-50, I want to go back, but the other 50, I'm like, I'm tired. My body's tired, I'm tired mentally.
A tough decision to possibly give up the game, but now he's teaching kids to always have a backup plan.
You get hurt, what if you can't play basketball anymore? What if you can't play football anymore? What are you going to do then? That's why I say that education is so important. But you got to create good habits now. That's what I'm telling you.
Now Johnson has taken his own advice, going back for his master's degree. He has big plans for his future, including establishing a new football camp in the Wiregrass.
We're doing this camp and some of the things we're going to do in the future with the Boys and Girls Club to give these kids a leg up whenever they get ready to hit the real world. If we can do that, whether it's 1 or 10 or 20 kids, we've done our jobs.
After being a role model for years on the field, Johnson is now trying to motivate off it.
Yeah, how y'all doing? Y'all doing all right?
Okay. And that job is far from over.
We played together since 7th grade.
I've been here all my life.
Since Monomites and termites and stuff.
From Pee Wees to the playoffs, Goshen High is hosting the state semifinals Friday night for the first time in school history. And these kids knew they were part of something special from the very start.
Working hard all summer, and this is the time we played for, so we knew that we were going to have a chance to go far because we've been playing with each other for a long time.
You know, they're all family to me. Every one of these kids are not just to me, to these coaches, they're the same way. I mean, we love these boys, and we're one big happy family.
A family that is highlighted by the father-son coach-quarterback relationship of Brock and Bart Snyder will welcome in a strong Leroy team Friday, who has already knocked off 3 Wiregrass teams in the playoffs.
They're pretty consistent at what they do. They're very good. Coach Massey does a great job. You know, he works his guys hard. He rotates them in and out of the game. Hopefully, we can represent the southeastern part of the state of Alabama in 2A ball by coming out with a win.
But the Eagles have their own weapons. Brock Snyder threw 7 touchdowns last week against St. Luke's. and his rocket of an arm is ready for liftoff Friday night.
It feels good. Come back this week working hard, and last week we worked hard, and that thanks to everybody else is why I was able to get 7 touchdowns.
So between Brock's arm and Coach Snyder saying that Zachary Alford has the best vision of a running back he has ever coached, if this team could put all of the pieces together Friday night at home against Leroy, you may be looking at one of the only Wiregrass teams that are Tuscaloosa bound. In Goshen, Noah Mindel, News 4 Sports. Down in the Panhandle, the Chipola Indians had it going on the diamond. They sat atop the junior college rankings for 8 out of the 12 weeks in the season and found themselves in the state championship against Palm Beach State. An easy victory for the Indians, probably good enough to make a top moment already, but they wouldn't stop.
That is the game.
A trip to JUCO World Series in Grand Junction, Colorado, where the air is thin, giving the power-hitting Indians the upper hand out west.
Going back on it and watching it leave the ballpark.
A rough start, though, for Chipola, losing to San Jacinto 13-8 in round number 2, but the Indians never gave up.
Find out what your team's made of after a tough loss, and we didn't have many of them lately. And so I was very pleased with the way the guys came out and played.
Chipola rattled off 3 straight wins with revenge on their mind.
We're going to come back. We're going to win 2 games. We're going to shock the world. You heard it here first. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to happen.
Any predictions of the score?
20-0.
20-0. You heard it here first.
Game 1, let's go Oppo. Jacob Silverstein tags one to the opposite field. Green light for everyone. Both runners score. Chipola wins it 7-1. Just a few hours later, this happens.
Walford drives it deep right field. Good. 3-2 pitch. High pop-up. This should do it to the left side. Chipola wins the 2017 Junior College World Series.
2 games, 22 runs, and the second JUCO World Series title in program history. That's the recipe for our 4th best Wiregrass sports moment of 2017.